Um, Shawn Edwards, we welcome back Shawn Edwards to the Mulligan's 2 podcast. He is the executive producer of the wonderful fourth annual celebration of Black cinema and television that's going to take place in Los Angeles on December the 6th. He's also on the board of Critics' Choice Association, and a good friend, covers movies, television, does multiple interviews, and is actually holding this down. We were talking about just our lives in general, and I was wondering, immediately thought, what precautions will you take for the fourth annual, given the pandemic and given all of the lives that we're leading? How do you gather in this day and age?
Yeah, it's very difficult, but it's not the precautions that we're taking. It's actually the precautions that the state of California are making us do. So, first and foremost, anyone who enters the room at the event, they have to be vaccinated. You have to show proof of your vaccination. And then you also have to show proof of a negative COVID test within 48 hours of the event in order to enter the room. And if you haven't taken a test, they will give a COVID test at the site on the spot. You get the results back in about 15 minutes. Spacing's different, so the room won't be as crowded as in previous years, because you have to space it out and try to create some social distancing that's still in place. And we do encourage the use of face masks.
Well, okay. All right. Now,
there you go, man. It sounds very scientific and very medically, but that's the world we're in right now.
You have to do that, and you're being asked to do that, right? Let's go back and just recapture once again, a couple of years ago when Eddie Murphy was there. He is a guy who plays it pretty close to he plays a character. He plays Eddie. But in that room, what I loved about it was that those people in that room, in that audience, they knew who he was, and he couldn't pull any of that stuff. He was really open that night.
Yeah, no, I think he felt very comfortable that night. I had never seen him that relaxed or be that funny in a long time in a public setting. And I think it was because of the tone that was set in the room. I also think it's because of the title of the event. It's called A Celebration of Black Cinema. Back then it was just cinema. We've added TV since then. But, when you use the word celebration, I think everyone was in the room to have a good time. And I think that the honorees were there to have a good time. And they respected the people in the room, and the room respected the honorees, and everyone knew that we were just there to sort of like have fun and celebrate and just go at it. It wasn't a really formal setting. It wasn't a stiff setting. It was just a group of people who really all love movies there to celebrate, at that time, the 100th anniversary of the first ever feature film directed and produced by a Black person. We were celebrating the 100-year anniversary of that. And then Eddie Murphy was the Lifetime Achievement recipient. And, everybody came together and they just had a good time, man, because we all love movies. Everyone in that room loves movies. They love watching movies. They love covering movies. They love making movies. And that was the fun thing about the night.
Okay. How about, listen, the difference between year 1 and year 4, how much has Black cinema and television increased in those 4 years?
A lot. When we did, and when you talk about fourth annual celebration of Black cinema, in regards to the event, the math is a little tricky because the first one actually took place in 2014, which was a long time ago. And we thought it was a big deal because there were like 4 or 5 movies that were released that year about the Black experience, which is why we created the event. And, 7 years later, there's been an explosion of content about the Black experience in terms of film and television, even more so on the television side. The television side is what we added that this year was even more difficult than on the movie side, because there's just so much content out there, particularly because you have the streamers in play. You have Netflix, and you have Hulu and Amazon and Disney Plus and Apple TV and HBO Max, and it's a few more, but there's been a lot of content created about the Black experience. There've been a lot of Black filmmakers who've had the opportunity to create content. So there's a lot to choose from. So it makes the job a little more difficult than in previous years, but we're here for it. And the same on the film side. There are a lot more movies now on the film side. There are a lot more directors, a lot more producers, a lot more writers. I mean, things are starting to change. And so we kind of feel that we may have had a little bit of something to do with that because we were definitely ahead of the curve. I mean, we created this event way before this whole issue of diversity in Hollywood became a thing.
I remember you were talking about it on the bus. You were often talking about it. I want to do this. This is what I want to do.
Yeah. It just, and we did it. This isn't something that, we were told we had to do. This isn't something we were forced to do. Yep. This isn't something that we're doing because of a lack of, no, this has been an organization that's always been diverse. It's an organization that's always been open. It's an organization that, quite frankly, has always done the right thing. And so we're very proud of that. We're proud of the fact that this event existed way back in 2014, and it's something that no one forced us or told us we had to do. It just was organically produced because as an organization, we thought it was time to, we celebrate this particular genre of film. So we're really proud about that. And because of that, I think like you mentioned, the vibe in the room, it's warm, it's inspiring, it's not confrontational, it's not angry, it's just a great tone. It's just a great room to be in each year.
It's a lot of laughs too, you know that.
Yeah, a lot of laughter, a lot of cheers. It almost in some way feels like a cinematic family reunion.
And who's going to get the awards going in?
Yeah, because it's not a competition. It's not like the Academy Awards where you go, and the nominees are and the winner is. No, it's like the Kennedy Center Honors where we pinpoint people who have done excellent work and we decided to honor them. So we know ahead of time, they know ahead of time, and they deliver these fantastic, moving speeches, and it's sort of like a retrospective on their work and careers. It's great. It's great. It's a great time.
Couple of things, just an aside. I saw the whole celebration of Black cinema and television in block letters, and it's spelled CBC TV. Now, one of the problems is here north of the border, we have an entire network. The first network ever in Canada is called the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation TV. And I'm thinking, what's he doing working for CTV?
No.
Got that worked out. The other thing is, you have 16 categories honoring
yes.
in Black cinema and television. I'm going to start with the Ava DuVernay, the first ever Melvin Van Peebles Award.
Yeah, and it used to be called the Trailblazer Award, and that's an award we give to someone who sort of like they blaze their own pathway, and she's definitely the embodiment of that. Everything Ava's done, she's sort of like created her own lane, whether it's on the film side or the television side. She's a genius level content creator, and the reason we changed the name of the award is because unfortunately this year one of the greats in film passed away, Melvin Van Peebles. If you're not familiar with his work, I mean, definitely look him up, research him, but quick crash course. In the late 60s, he was a Black filmmaker back when it was really, really difficult for Blacks to produce film. And he actually worked on the studio side. I mean, his movie Watermelon Man, which was controversial, but a fantastic piece of cinema, was produced through Sony Pictures. And it was a hit. He made the studio a lot of money, but at that time he felt like, he didn't quote unquote want to work for the man and passed up a lucrative second picture deal to go out on his own and make an independent film called Sweetback's Badass Song, which ultimately led to the creation of the Blaxploitation genre. He's sort of like the godfather of that.
The studio would never have let him shoot that film.
No, the studio would have never let him shoot one scene of that movie. You got to remember back in the day, I think that movie predated rated R, and they were trying to slap a rated, I think they did, or they were trying to slap a rated X on it. Had some explicit sex scenes. It was really revolutionary. It was in your face, super political. Racially charged. I mean, it was everything that a studio film probably wouldn't make today.
It was rude, man. It was rude. It was beautiful. Yes. Ava DuVernay, is Castle very much a part of this? Her work for Netflix.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, she is a trailblazer. She has always taken that road.
She's always taken that road. Like I said, she's been a force behind the camera. She's been a force fighting for other filmmakers. I mean, she started her own film distribution company, Array. I mean, she's done so many things. She's a political activist. She's a community activist. I mean, she just does a lot. And I mean, she's so smart. She's gifted. And like I said, she's the true embodiment of a trailblazer. And so it's our honor to name that award after Melvin Van Peebles. And it's going to be presented by his son, Mario Van Peebles, who's another fantastic filmmaker who directed films like New Jack City, Posse, the Black Panther movie. So he's a terrific individual as well. He's coming into LA to sort of talk a little bit about his dad and how his dad was a trailblazer, and then present the award to Ava.
Well, I mean, the other titles from Ava, Colin in Black and White, Wives of Fire for Netflix, Home Sweet Home for NBC, Queen Sugar, and Cherish the Day for OWN, One Perfect Shot for HBO Max. I mean, on and on and on.
On and on and on.
Well, congratulations to Ava.
Since the day I was born, my passion, my love, was being a quarterback. But what you start out as is not necessarily what you become. While I was in high school, I felt a lot of different emotions, sometimes scary. Smooth. Ouch. Sometimes fun. Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. Colin already got his game face on.
It's a celebration. Black is beautiful. We don't fold the crack. It turned out my competition wasn't only on the field.
Look, you got a ton of natural talent, okay? Go! But Johnson, he's the prototype I'm looking for.
Growing up with white parents, I assumed their privilege was mine. You too good?
Okay.
Fine, thanks. Yeah, I'm good too. Thanks. I was in for a rude awakening.
We going ultra black.
What's up with Kaepernick? The hair. Something climbing out the back of his head. Not acceptable.
Pitch black like the night. We going ultra black.
It's November, and you have no offers for football. You want to be somebody's second choice?
I'm ultra black.
You're just gonna have to prove him wrong.
Why am I always the one that has to prove them wrong?
Nobody fault. I tell the truth. I know it's facts.
Sometimes I just feel uncomfortable.
Chin up, Colin.
I couldn't rebel because I didn't know how. But now,
We going ultra black. I got a toast to that. We don't fold the crack. It's like the fountain of youth. The coach is black. We ultra black. Black like cornrows, afros. Black like cat, black ball from the Super Bowl. Oh yes, God bless success.
trust your power.
Black is beautiful.
Love your blackness. You will know who you are.
We going ultra black. I got a toast to that. We don't fold the crack. Black is beautiful. We going ultra black. Black is
beautiful. Will Smith, the actor award for King Richard. He's on a roll.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, King Richard's just one of those, first off, one of those powerful movies. He plays the father, Richard Williams, who's the dad of Venus and Serena Williams, arguably the greatest tennis players of all time. I mean, just the number of Grand Slam titles they've won kind of makes that a true statement. Has some unorthodox methods in the way that he not only raised his children, but taught his children. And that's what the film explores, along with the family dynamic and community dynamic. But it's Will Smith who transforms into Richard Williams that makes that film so powerful. And there's probably not a better performance this year. Yes, we're giving him the actor award, but I think in a couple of months we'll be trumped by the Academy Awards when he wins the Oscar for Best Actor.
What's going on? Everybody okay?
They got a call, said there was trouble in the house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You all need to look around?
It's a little wet for practice, don't you think? Don't the girls have schoolwork to do?
They do their homework. Tundi's first in her class. Lynn and Isha are too.
Now, I don't even mind you saying we hard on these kids. You know why? Because we are. That's our job, to keep them off these streets. You want to check on the kids? Let's check on the kids. We got future doctors and lawyers, plus a couple tennis stars in this house.
The chances of achieving the kind of success that you're talking about is just very, very unlikely.
Okay, you making a mistake, but I'm gonna let you make it. Watch him hit a few balls. All right. So tell me your names again.
I'm Venus. I'm Serena.
So what'd you think? I wrote me a 78-page plan for their whole career before they was even born.
Yeah, baby, yeah!
These girls so great, how come I've never heard of them? They're from Compton.
It's okay. They're just not used to seeing good-looking peoples like us.
She's nervous. Take a step up.
Maybe she ought to take a few more steps up. Just get someplace safe.
I think you might just have the next Michael Jordan.
Oh, no, brother man. I got me the next, too. This next step you about to take, you're not gonna just be representing you. You're gonna be representing every little black girl on earth.
I'm not gonna let you down.
How could you? This world ain't never had no respect for Richie Williams, but they gonna respect y'all. You gonna walk out there with your head up. You are a champion, and the whole world know it. The most dangerous creature on this whole earth. It's a woman who know how to think.
Yes, Daddy.
Ain't nothing she can't do. You gonna show them how dangerous you are? Venus and Serena gonna shake up this world. Venus Williams, who is your best friend?
Hey, Daddy.
Serena Williams, who is your best friend?
Venus. Then you.
That's
then you, after
unbelievable.
Venus.
You heard it here. Shawn Edwards.
He's great. He's great in
The
it.
executive producer of the 4th Annual Celebration of Black Cinema and Television, December the 6th in Los Angeles. Antoine Fuqua is
He's a director that probably not a lot of people instantly know by name that don't do this for a living, but he's just
they know his movies.
But of course, they know his movies, particularly Training Day. It's hard to believe that movie came out 20 years ago, and Denzel won the Academy Award for Best Actor in that film. But no, Antoine's a director who developed his own unique style and vision years ago. He's just been a solid force in the business for a really long time.
I like the fact that you're giving out a cast award because once production starts, it's all cast and you're thrown in together and you've got to get through together. So this cast is incredible. It's an all-star cast.
No, I mean, yeah, calling the cast of The Harder They Fall, which is on Netflix, an all-star cast almost feels like an understatement. Man, you talk about a collection of like A-list talent. It starts at the top with Academy Award winner Regina King, Academy Award nominee Idris Elba, newcomer Jonathan Majors, who's incredible, Lakeith Stanfield, who in my opinion is like one of the best young thespians in the business right now. Zazie Beetz. I mean, she's a hot young new talent. Delroy Lindo, who actually won the Lifetime Achievement Award at the Celebration of Black Film last year when it was virtual. I mean, he's delivered so many great roles. I mean, you had Dion Cole. The list goes on and on and on. I mean, there's not a better ensemble all year. When the SAG Awards come out with their best ensemble nominations, you're definitely going to hear The Harder They Fall be called, and that's why we wanted to celebrate this film. And they were portraying something that you usually don't see on screen. They're black cowboys and black cowgirls depicting their situation in the Old West, which really hasn't been covered much by Hollywood. So not only is it an incredible cast, it's just a refreshing take because historically it's pretty accurate, but we've just never really seen it in movies.
Open it.
Please.
Got met them hard.
Man, old devil, this gonna be Buck's last day amongst the living.
What exactly he do to you?
Call it a professional rivalry.
I know who you are. That love. The outlaw hunts down those who trespass against him with no mercy.
Where is he?
Where is who?
Your boss.
My boss. Clearly, you don't know me.
I heard Rufus Buck was back.
This ain't no road to ask a friend to travel.
You think Destiny's coming to you?
My guns go bang. I can make the guns go bang.
A new day is dawning.
Slow.
Kisses on the head of an angel. Sins of the father dumping up about to clean you. Faithful to the end. Ooh. Bullets with your names drew. Cock back, aim, shoot, bang.
I don't particularly enjoy violence. That being said, you are currently in company of extremely violent individuals.
Jump, mother. My guns go bang. I can make the guns go bang.
She ain't gonna end well for you.
Really?
How many special honorees are you handing out?
We got several special honorees, but out of all the special honorees, the one that I'm most excited about, because I don't think this individual gets the credit they deserve or the attention they deserve, is Keenan Thompson.
He steals the show, man.
But when people talk about the greats of SNL, you always hear the name Eddie Murphy, Will Ferrell, Tina Fey. You don't ever hear Keenan Thompson. And he's been on the show almost 20 years, and he's been the funniest person on that show for most of those years. He's an incredible talent, but I don't think people hold him in that esteem. They know he's good. This guy's better than good. This guy is brilliant.
And what's his series Keenan done for him?
It's done a lot for him because it has showed people that he can carry his own series. He's just not SNL. He's more than just being a cast member on the SNL. He's a star and he's talented. And so
is he going to be there on the night getting accepted?
We're hoping. We're trying to because he's the show's in LA. Here's the thing: you get into the logistical hurdles. Yeah. The show is in LA. And he's in New York, so we have to find out if they're doing because SNL stands for Saturday Night Live. So we're hoping he doesn't have to do a live taping on Saturday Night Live, so he can get on a jet and fly to LA. So yeah, whenever you put together these big award shows with this much talent, the logistical part of it is the nightmare element.
Help me with a couple of names here. Ruth T-Day.
Yes. She is a showrunner for a Black Lady sketch show.
Yeah,
It's a funny. Speaking of SNL, it's a very, 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 very funny show. It's well written. It's well acted. It's really, really funny. But more than anything, it's just daring comedy. And being on the HBO platform allows you to do that. I mean, you can do some things on the HBO platform that you can't do on SNL because SNL is on NBC.
Yeah, man. Who's the breakthrough this year?
The breakthrough this year. Who's the breakthrough this year? There's so many names. Who was the breakthrough this year?
Gmo.
Oh, yeah, that's right. From how did I forget that? Yeah. From Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso, the show that saved everyone during the pandemic. Co-created by Jason Sudeikis, starring Jason Sudeikis. No, that young man's just very charismatic. Has great chemistry with all the cast members. It's just he delivers a wonderful performance on the show that's full of wonderful performances.
There's a special honoree award going to Ruth Negga for a passing.
Yeah, man. What can Ruth Negga do? I know a lot of people discovered her in Loving, film that came out a couple years ago. She's just an amazing actress. I mean, she's gifted beyond belief. And Passing is one of those interesting movies that's playing on Netflix that deals with a subject matter that's, hard to believe, but really never been tackled before, where African Americans who look white could pass as actual white people in society. And this film deals with the repercussions of that, both the pros and the cons of that. It's shot in black and white, ironically, by actress Rebecca Hall, who made her directorial debut. And, the interesting thing about Rebecca Hall is she's actually passed during her whole career as an actress because she has an African-American mother. But I mean, when you look at Rebecca Hall, you can hardly tell. And so she's finally opened up about, hiding that side of her family and now coming out and talking about that side of her family. So some really powerful stuff, both in front and behind the camera when it comes to that film.
And the other, Shawn, honoree is Danielle Brooks. For
yes, on the television, on the television side, the actual title is Robin Roberts Presents Mahalia Jackson. Robin Roberts, known for being the lead anchor on Good Morning America, produced the miniseries on television, and Danielle Brooks plays the lead. World-renowned gospel singer Mahalia Jackson, who many believe had the most powerful voice in the history of humankind. Just an incredible vocalist. She sang at the funeral of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. She was also what was the name of the movie? Oh, it's right on the tip of my tongue. She sang in a movie, ironically, about passing. I forgot the name of the movie, but she's known for that. She's known for that incredible performance in that movie, where she delivers this amazing song. But just probably the most well-known gospel singer ever in the history of the genre.
There is Sister Rosetta Tharpe. There's the two of them.
There's some great ones, but Mahalia's up there. Mahalia's up there.
Okay,
she's
don't get me going on music. Shawn Edwards, the executive producer, and on the Critics' Choice Association board, the Celebration of Black Cinema and TV, Monday, December the 6th, the Fairmont Century Plaza, LA. It'll be like a junket. All right, now. Tony winner Patina Miller, also a special nominee.
Yes,
for on Stars.
Yeah, she's in a movie. She's in the Power. She's part of the Power universe, which was created by 50 Cent, and she's amazing. The Power book series is just one of those things that sort of has a cult following, but it's just a fabulous television. He's rattled off about 4 or 5 of those series that all fall under the Power universe, and she's perhaps the main and best cog of it all.
And Shawn, your last special honoree, a writer, an actor, a consultant for HBO's Insecure, Natasha Rothwell.
Yes,
she's and well earned this one.
No, she's not only is she a terrific actress, but she's also a gifted writer as well. So she's kind of got like she's got that double skill set. She can do it all. But also, speaking of music, you forgot one very important award, and I forgot it too, which is Best Actress, which goes to Jennifer Hudson for her portrayal as Aretha Franklin in Respect.
I'm getting that because the last 4 names I got are Halle Berry, Anthony Anderson, Jennifer Hudson, and Barry Jenkins. You want to take those 4?
Okay, well, we'll start first with Anthony Anderson. He's getting the producer award. He's stepping out of his acting shoes and doing a little producing, and he's been great at it. And I think, the second half of his career, he's going to be a fantastic producer. He may still well do some acting because he's good at it, but I think he's going to be a force when it comes to producing. Director Barry Jenkins speaks for himself. He produced and directed The Underground Railroad, just an amazing miniseries. What he did with that creatively is almost beyond words. He's just gifted. I mean, people know him from Moonlight. He directed Moonlight, which won Best Picture. He also directed If Beale Street Could Talk, one of the most gorgeous looking movies ever filmed. Yeah, he's a gifted director. But want to touch on Jennifer Hudson and her portrayal of Aretha Franklin in Respect. I actually think it's one of those performances that's getting lost in all the Oscar talk, but it was an amazing performance. And when the Lady of Soul, Aretha Franklin, handpicks you to portray her in a biopic, you almost have to deliver. We know she has the voice, but once again, she proves that Oscar she won for Dreamgirls was no fluke. She's a great actress. Really, really good actress. Yeah.
How is Aretha doing?
Aretha's doing all right.
Just all right.
Singing is sacred, and you shouldn't do it just because somebody wants you to. What's most important is that you are treated with dignity and respect.
You're special, Ree. You have a talent they call genius.
You better think about what you're trying to do to me.
How old is she?
She's 10, but her voice is going on 30, honey.
Let my go, let yourself be free.
How many albums have you had?
4.
And no hits.
I need you to focus and avoid frivolous distractions.
Honey, find the songs that move you. Until you do that, you ain't going nowhere.
I need a change. I want to sing what I want to sing.
Okay.
Find out what it means to me.
You really like it?
We love it.
Riri. It's really good.
I got a single by this new chick named Aretha Franklin. I'm to present Aretha Franklin Day.
You're not about to mess this up for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Aretha Franklin.
This song goes out to anyone who's ever felt mistreated.
I used to feel sure
You need to take a break.
I know how to run my business.
Have you lost your mind?
Maybe I found it.
I believe I have the chills.
Do you see what she is? She's a miracle.
And then last but not least, yeah, you guys save the best for last. The Career Achievement Award, which is our equivalent of the Lifetime Achievement Award, goes to Miss Halle Berry. Hard to believe she's been acting for 3 decades. Like, she was discovered by Spike Lee. Her first movie was in Spike Lee's Jungle Fever. She was opposite Samuel Jackson. The two of them played 2 crackheads. She was amazing off the jump, but she not only became like just a terrific actress, she became a cultural icon. I mean, she was the personification and the representation of Black women on screen for a long time because, she was working in the biz way before there were a lot of opportunities for the likes of Alfred Woodard or the likes of a Viola Davis or an Octavia Spencer. I mean, she predated all of them. She sort of is to Black actresses what Sidney Poitier was to Black actors. She opened the door. She became the gatekeeper. She became the example. She became the personification of Black excellence on screen. And she had to carry that weight for a lot of years. I mean, she landed in some high profile stuff.
And even without knowing the answer to this, that many of the actors that wanted to work in her field would go to her and ask her.
Yes, 100%. You are 100% correct.
She was a mentor.
No, she was a mentor for an entire community of actors, male and female, because she was afforded opportunities that you had never seen before. I mean, she was a Bond girl. Yeah. She was in comic book movies. She was in mainstream stuff like the Flintstones. She was Catwoman. I mean, she did and then she did movies and she did TV. Some of her best work was on the TV side. Her portrayal of Dorothy Dandridge and being Dorothy Dandridge on HBO is perhaps her best performance. That was the most incredible miniseries I've ever seen. She was incredible in that. Then, of course, she won the Oscar for Monsters Ball. She was terrific in Losing Isaiah. I mean, she just delivered solid performance after solid performance. And then she's sort of been on this renaissance this year where she made her directorial debut with Bruise and also starred in the movie where she portrays an aging MMA fighter. And I mean, she's just as fierce in front of the camera as she was behind the camera. And, she's got
And I don't think she's done yet.
Yo, that's Jackie Justice, right? She used to be famous.
Yo, miss, this is you getting served?
Yo, this probably why she quit.
What you doing here? Got a nice surprise for you. That's your son. His daddy died.
Jackie can't take on again. She's a fighter.
That look like a fighter to you? I don't want to fight. I'm happy.
You happy scrubbing toilets? That fulfills your purpose?
We strangers right now.
But I'm all you got.
What's this?
Unsanctioned fights, no refs, no rules. Come on, it's the night.
Look who it is! All the way from UFC, Jackie Justice!
You want to fight or run? I know you'd like to run.
That's all I wish we did. I'm offering you a second chance. You gonna take it?
Yeah, I'm gonna take it.
You know who that is? You ought to.
The technique is lacking. I got 5 other girls, all stronger, faster, younger. I'm sorry, I just don't see it.
You used to be Jackie Justice.
Still am.
Yeah, she still got something.
Welcome back.
Shout out to my mom. We ain't never home, we on the road.
For once in your life, girl, handle your business. Or you gonna do what you always do. Put it off on somebody else.
Pretty mother put me on the front of Vogue.
You scared? I used to be scared.
But they don't know the code, no.
Sometimes I'm still scared.
This about to be the greatest story never told. Never told.
This is your shot.
You ain't know that now you know.
Show all of them
I wasn't welcome, I imposed.
the real
Put this inside her soul.
Jackie Justice.
This about to be the greatest story never told. Never told. If you ain't know that now you know.
No, because she's got a big budget Roland Emmerich movie in February and some other stuff. So yeah, she was in John Wick movies. I mean, she's still going, and she's like 55 years old. So
I think she's also going to be a producer of note. She's going to
yes.
She's going to take projects forward.
She's going to be a producer of note, a director with authority. She's going to do a lot of great things long into her life. She's an incredible talent, and this award, we are the ones who are worthy for this one. Like we're honoring her, but I feel like she's honoring us by accepting this award.
I tell you what, it's an amazing time right now. You read the headlines, you turn on your television.
Yes.
There's some heavy stuff going down. And
yeah, it's been heavy for a while. For the past 2 years, it's been particularly heavy, which is even more important for cinema to function as escapism.
Exactly that. Exactly. Take me out of that for 2 hours and set me free. That's it.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. We needed more than ever now, but thanks to all the people that we're honoring, they help us do that, and they do it very well.
Shawn, once again, great delight. Frankly, I'd like to do it once a month. Shawn Edwards, who is the executive producer of the 4th annual celebration of Black cinema and television, December the 6th. Now, I know I can see it here in BC on KTLA. But where else is it going to be? Where else is it going to be?
Yeah, okay. We've signed a syndication deal with a company called Nexstar, which owns KTLA, and we'll have a list of the cities where you can watch that at criticschoice.com. You can watch it on KTLA, I know in Chicago on WGN, in my hometown, Kansas City on WDAF, but they own 220 stations. We'll have the list of it where you can watch, and I'll make sure you get that for all your viewers and your listeners and everyone else who follows you so they can watch this incredible night, because there's only so many tickets that can be handed out for December the 6th, but everyone can watch it on television in February. So I'm excited to share that with you.
And what are your hashtags again?
The hashtag is always Critics' Choice and then Celebrate Black Cinema.
Thank you, Shawn.
No, thank you, my friend. And before I leave, man, you got to give me, let's see, I'm having chicken for dinner tonight. I need a wine recommendation.
Well, the first thing you think of is, no matter what you do with that chicken, is a Chardonnay.
Okay.
Or a Chablis. I go a Chablis. I do a Chenin Blanc or a Chablis. Something with a little less oak and a little more minerality and bite to it. Okay. I mean, you have many choices down there. Just take them one step at a time. Chardonnay, if you're comfortable with that. Otherwise, a Chenin Blanc or a Chablis.
Sounds good, man. So I can't wait till we share a glass of wine in person together.
Thank you, Shawn.
Hey, thanks you so much, man. This has been great, man. I could talk to you all day. I appreciate it.
Last thing, how do people follow you? What's your best way?
All social media platforms. It's S, that stands for Shawn. My last name, Edwards. Then K as in kitten, C as in cat. So S Edwards, KC across the board.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.